At the moment, markets reckon that you're going to see another half point of hikes by September. They also see a more than 80% chance of a hike in May. But economists, on balance, reckon that the BOE is done with hiking, and Bloomberg Economics agrees with that. If you listen to the recent BOE speak, the chief economist, Hugh Pill, said, well, he was pretty much on the fence. He was pretty cagey about whether he sees another rate rise. He says there's scope to do too much, but there's also scope to do too little. And we heard from Silvana Tenreiro, the big dove on the committee. As you might expect, she said again that previous hikes have yet to take full effect. So the decision in May really comes down to the data that we're getting this week. ING says it's make or break.
Yeah, and of course, Lizzy, you can't ignore or you can't look at inflation without thinking about what's happening in terms of industrial action. And we've got more from the nursing union, a reminder of the strains on the healthcare system. They've rejected a pay offer, and the reason the UK government, of course, has pushed back on higher pay for many of these people because they're worried about inflation. What do we know in terms of the implications across for this decision by nurses to push back and what the government is saying?
Well, of course, you've still got more ballots from the nurses to come. The Royal College of Nursing rejected the offer, but Unison, another nursing union, accepted it. It's really a classic case of don't count your chickens before they've hatched, because the government was flaunting its pay deal with the nurses as a victory before the nurses themselves had been balloted, and lo and behold, you saw the rejection from the RCN. They have said that strikes could go on till Christmas, and they could be coordinated with the junior doctors' strikes. So that would have consequences for health. It could also mean that the government doesn't meet its target of cutting waiting list times. And of course, it has economic consequences as well. We saw in the latest GDP data that the biggest reason why growth flatlined in the latest reading was because of the weight of strikes on services.